Now, someone called Vanessa posted on X, formerly called Twitter, saying this, and I quote, "I am wheezing because they've moved on from take the titles from Harry and Meghan to Charles has the authority to order airport security, to seize and confiscate Meghan's passport the next time she goes to London." And all this stuff is coming not just from Carnival of so-called experts, but also from trolls online who want this to happen to Meghan, to force her to stay in a place, in an environment that is not safe for her. And by making these demands, somehow hoping Charles, orders airport security to seize Meghan's passport, that somehow you can force Meghan to stay in the UK. That's what trolls are hoping, can happen. That Charles can do. That Charles has the power to do. Meghan is an American citizen. She is an American citizen. And there are individuals who cannot stand that Meghan and Harry are free. And every single day for the past 4 years, ever since Harry and Meghan stepped back as senior members of the royal family, there are those who want to reel Harry back into the gilded cage by force. It appears because they have seen there is no way Prince Harry is ever abandoning Meghan or Archie or Lilibet. Now they're like, okay, fine. We can find out to force Meghan back. That somehow they think they can force Meghan to stay in a dangerous environment, in a toxic environment. It ain't gonna happen. And I am sickened to see that still these people treat Meghan as if she is a runaway slave who must be captured, my family, and forced back into, the gilded cage. First of all, allow me to remind you what Meghan said in the Oprah interview, my family. Of Meghan's words in the Oprah interview. Now, my family, in the Oprah interview, Meghan said that when she joined the royal family, that family, in her words, she said, and I quote, "When I joined that family, that was the last time until we came here that I saw my passport, my driver's license, my keys, all that gets turned over. I did not see any of that anymore." Those are Meghan's words to Oprah in the Oprah interview with Harry and Meghan. In my family, it appears that some individuals have that sick thought that maybe they can force Meghan to stay in a place whereby she is not comfortable, in staying in, to stay in. That somehow they think they can force Meghan to stay in an unsafe environment. You cannot be able to force an American citizen who has not committed any crime whatsoever to stay in an environment that is dangerous, that is unsafe, especially not someone who my family is influential, someone who's known, popular, like how Meghan is known. It just can't happen. It just won't work. Number one, you are having UK media using Heritage Foundation to try and get Harry deported from the US and back to the UK because they want the goose that lays their golden eggs back. They want Harry in a place whereby they can have access to him, whereby they can control him. And it's easier to control him if he's in the UK. And that's what UK media want. And no wonder they are trying so hard to force him back to the UK while saying, you know what, Harry wants to be here. He wants to come back. I mean, my family, every single week for the past 4 years, ever since Harry and Meghan fled the UK, I don't think you'll miss any article in any year ever since Harry and Meghan fled the UK that UK media like, will Harry come back? Is he coming back? Every year, ever since Harry and Meghan stepped back as senior members of the royal family, whenever there is an event in the royal family, the number one question being asked by the UK media is if Prince Harry is coming. That is the number one question being asked by the UK media because they want him back, because he's the one who sells papers. Meghan sells papers. Archie and Lilibet, a photo of them that sells papers. And with the number of carnival of so-called experts who have lost their jobs ever since Harry and Meghan stepped back as senior members of the royal family, clearly they are extremely desperate to find a way to get Harry back in UK soil. And there's a troll out there who also wants to find a way to get Meghan, not just to whenever she comes to the UK, Meghan normally only stays at the Windsor suite at Heathrow Airport, my family, whereby she waits there to take another flight to a different country. It appears that trolls want her to somehow be forced to stay in the UK, be forced to stay in an environment whereby it is unsafe, toxic to Meghan and even to Harry and Meghan's kids. I mean, just this week, I was talking about how already you are seeing threats being made, saying that Charles has custody of Archie and Lilibet Diana, and he as the grandfather to Archie and Lilibet, he has the power to, get custody over Archie and Lilibet Diana. Already you are seeing those kinds of threats being made. And now this other one also being made towards Meghan, that we can force you to stay here in the UK. You cannot force Meghan to stay in the UK. You can't even force her to come back to the UK. You cannot. But you are trying to force Harry back, using that case by Heritage versus the Department of Homeland Security. You are trying to force him back. You are trying to get him deported. But you can't do that to Meghan. So what do? Now you say, yeah, Charles has the power to somehow, command airport security. The next time Meghan is at the airport, for them to take away Meghan's passport and force her to stay there. For what? For what? To put up with more abuse from you? So that Meghan and Harry can watch their kids also experience racism from the UK media, Because that is what Harry and Meghan have been shown they can expect from the media and also from trolls online. Racism. The issue here is this. Why does anyone think that Harry and Meghan should just put up with the racism, put up with their abuse, put up with the trolling, and even their freedom to be taken away, or because somebody wants Harry and Meghan to provide entertainment for the media, to perform for the media, to be there, that way media can get drama around them. My family, why does anyone think that Harry and Meghan should put themselves through that? Harry and Meghan are not clowns meant to perform or entertain anyone. Harry and Meghan are parents to two beautiful kids, Prince Archie and Princess Lily-Bedana. They're husband and wife, and they are free to do what they want with their lives. They are free to do what they want with their lives, my family. You know? And my family, basically, I remember something happened, a while back, whereby some commentators on GB News also were somehow calling for Meghan's passport to be somehow, taken away. So my family, when I hear this rhetoric, already it's been mentioned by Carnival of so-called experts who really want this to happen to Meghan, who really somehow think that they can force Meghan to stay in the UK by force. My family, let me read you a headline from a while back, from back in 2022, my family, of exactly what Carnival of so-called experts said on GB News. This headline is from the Daily Express. And once again, when I review this, be reminded what Harry said about the media. Harry said in court that UK tabloids are the mothership of online trolling, and that trolls react and mobilize to stories created by the UK tabloid press. Those are Harry's exact words about the UK tabloid media. My family, can you please hear what was said by UK media, their carnival of so-called experts, my family, on GB News. Let me read you this anecdote. GB News hosts Esther and Philip Davies discussed at the time Prince Harry and Meghan attending King Charles' upcoming coronation. And when discussing this question, will Harry and Meghan attend King Charles' coronation at the time, Esther began by saying this, and I quote, on GB News, we were talking about King Charles III sending the invitation. Quick answer, would you have invited Meghan and Harry? Yes or no? Kevin said no. While other commentators who are there, Kevin Woodford and Sean Bailey, also had their own opinions of what they believe, should happen. For example, Sean said yes, while Kevin said no. And host Philip claimed that he wouldn't have invited Harry and Meghan, prompting Esther to add, yes, I would have tried to play them at the game. Okay, it's 2-2, said, Esther. Let me go right ahead to the point that my family I am trying to make, really, of what they said at the end, of what they want to happen to Prince Harry. Now, Kevin said this, and I quote, Sean, I partly agree with you. I would bring them back and say, you're welcome. And then I would take their passports away from them, said Kevin. My family said a carnival of so-called expert called Kevin, that he wanted for Harry and Meghan's passports to be taken away from them the more if they came to King Charles' coronation. That happened, my family, back in 2022. This is what my family was said by carnival of so-called experts about what they wanted to happen to Harry and Meghan. They wanted, once again, to force Harry and Meghan back into that gilded cage by force, whereby they have no freedom, that they have no freedom to travel, whereby they can't go back to that beautiful mansion in Montecito that Harry and Meghan live in, by taking away their passports. You can't leave. And my family, we keep saying this oftenly, UK media are extremely dangerous. UK media are extremely dangerous. The rhetoric is extremely dangerous. And my family, we keep saying this so oftenly. And my family is the truth. It is very much the truth. It is very, very much the truth and nothing but the truth. UK media are extremely dangerous. And my family, the rhetoric used by Kevin targeting Harry and Meghan, of him calling for Prince Harry and Meghan for their passports to be taken away from them. That way, they are forced to stay in the UK. Right now, you're hearing this again. The same rhetoric from hate accounts targeting Harry and Meghan. And it confirms what Harry told us all about the UK media. They are the mothership of online trolling. They are the mothership of online trolling. And that trolls react and mobilize to stories created by the UK tabloids, not the other way round. My family, not the other way round. This rhetoric, this conversation already has been discussed on GB News back in 2022, of them calling that for if Harry and Meghan are to come together at King Charles' coronation, that somehow somebody should take away the passports from them. That way they can't leave. You can't leave here. You cannot leave. And somebody wonders why Harry and Meghan really are fighting so hard to be able to get security, to be able to get Met Police protection. Someone wonders why Harry and Meghan fight so hard. Harry and Meghan fight so hard because they have to. Because they know the threats they face, my family. You have every single week UK media speculating that Prince Harry, wants to come back to the UK. Yet Harry has said openly of how he's happy in the US. What Harry is doing is that he wants his kids to be able to visit the UK and get to know their heritage and be safe when they visit. Harry never said he wants to go to the UK and live there forever. But UK media think that that's what he wants, even though his actions tell us a very, very different story. For example, whenever he is in the UK, Harry only stays in the UK for hours. to the point that UK media are left counting the hours Prince Harry has been in the UK. When he leaves, they're complaining. And right after even King Charles' coronation, and we all know Harry did not come to King Charles' coronation, my family, with Meghan or Archie or with Lilibet and Archie. Harry came alone. And right after the event ended, Harry got into his car and left straight for the airport to go back home to Meghan. If it was up to the UK media, they would have taken out his passport and kept it by force so that Harry can't leave. My family, do you see what Harry is up against every single day? Do you see why Harry is fighting for security? Do you see? Because he knows how dangerous the UK tabloid media truly is, how they are extremely dangerous. He knows how dangerous they are. Harry fights so hard because he knows the threats that he and Meghan face are extremely real. That's why he's in court fighting for security for his wife Meghan and his kids. You know? My family. The thing is, I do hope he gets what he wants. I do hope he gets what he wants, because whenever I just hear this rhetoric, my family, it's a scary, scary rhetoric from the UK media. It's extremely, extremely scary. It's extremely, extremely scary. You know? My family, the fact is, right now, UK media are bored. They are bored with the royals that they are left with. Charles does not sell papers, at least not as much as Harry and Meghan do. Camilla also doesn't sell papers. William does not sell papers. Kate is missing. Kate is missing. UK media, who are laughing so hard about, King Charles' plans for a slim the monarchy, they were happy about it at first, but now they can see it's all failed. Tom Sykes said that, the monarchy is in decline. That's what Tom Sykes, my family, said. The monarchy is, on decline, says Tom Sykes. Because the royals who are popular aren't there. And that's why they're saying what they're saying, because they know they can't make as much money anymore as they used to when Harry and Meghan were there. And that's why they really want to find ways whereby they can even force Harry and Meghan back, where they can force Harry back to the UK by force and force him to stay there. And this language I'm using is coming straight from Carnival of so-called experts, like what I heard from Patrick Christie's, whereby he was hoping that Prince Harry can be forced to stay in the UK. That if they can deport him, then maybe they can force him to stay in the UK, whereby he can't leave. They're so desperate, extremely desperate, And my family, the only reason why Harry even fled the UK, blame the UK tabloids, because they're responsible for Harry fleeing the UK because of how, appalling they treated Meghan, how appalling they have treated Prince Harry's family, Meghan, Archie, and also Lilibet. And because that, Prince Harry took Meghan and his son, and he fled the UK. And the carnival of so-called experts have never been able to get over the fact that Prince Harry chose, and he chose Meghan, he chose Archie, he chooses Lilibet, his daughter, over following William around, my family. And it angers the toxic British tabloid press, my family. Meghan is an American citizen. Nobody can force her to stay in a place whereby she is not comfortable in staying in. Nobody can force her to stay in the UK by force. My family. The thing is, it's so funny how UK media years ago were somehow hoping that Harry and Meghan would come back with a tail between their legs. Prince Harry would come back with a tail between his legs, a failure back into the royal fold, and beg to be taken back. 4 years later, Harry and Meghan are doing well. And Meghan, the only time she's in the UK, she's probably at Heathrow Airport taking a different flight to another country. And from the fact that Meghan isn't begging, it's upsetting her abusers because they had hoped she would beg. They want to see her begging. They want to see Meghan begging to be accepted into the royal fold. And the fact that she's not begging, it angers her abusers that Meghan is not begging to be accepted. You know, it angers Meghan and Prince Harry's abusers that they aren't begging to be accepted by their abusers. You know, to the point that they think they can force Meghan to stay by force in the UK. Meghan isn't begging. Meghan isn't begging. And they can't stand it. Meghan isn't begging and they can't stand it. You know, you'd think that UK media will be happy. They'd be happy that Meghan is not even, setting foot in the UK. But they're complaining. And I knew they'd complain about it. I knew it. I knew that they were always going to complain. That Meghan does not want to come over to the UK and spend days there. Or do, my family engagements there. They're complaining about it. Because they want to abuse Meghan in close proximity. And they're angry because Meghan does not give them a chance to treat her appallingly. To treat her kids appallingly. They're angry because Meghan does not give them that chance. Meghan, protect your peace. Meghan, protect your mental health, Meghan. And Meghan, just know how much we love you. Know, Meghan, how much you are loved. Just how much we love you, Meghan. Know how much we love you. Know how much we support you, Meghan. Know how much we love and support you, Meghan and Prince Harry. We love you so much. Let me read you some comments based on from this story that my family I just saw. Someone said this. Yeah, seize Meghan's passport and create an international incident. Meghan is an American citizen. Someone said, for what purpose? They really do regard this couple as two runaway slaves. Exactly. UK media regard Harry and Meghan as runaway slaves who somehow must be captured and brought to heel. Harry and Meghan are not slaves. They are free. But as you can clearly hear, my family, the carnival of so-called experts want to put Harry and Meghan back in shackles. Back inside, the gilded cage, whereby they can't escape. Whereby Meghan would have to, her passport must be taken away. Meghan is never going to go through that again. Never again. Never, ever again. Never, ever again. You have UK media even calling for Prince Harry to buy a place in the UK. Begging him to do it. Because they're so desperate to have him back. Because nobody in the royal fold is supposed to escape. But Harry has escaped. In the future, when UK media choose to go after any other member of the royal family, they also can say, you know what, I'm leaving. I don't deserve to put up with abuse or insults. I'm leaving. And that is what UK media are scared of. That's what they're so afraid and fearful of. Others saying, I don't have to put up with your abuse. I'm also leaving in the future. And that's what Harry and Meghan thanks them saying, listen, We are fleeing this place, spiritual peace and mental health. The power of doing that, my family, will resonate for generations to come. And that's a fact. And UK media, who are so used to experiencing trauma in the royal family, they don't want other members of the royal family to feel like they can leave the UK and prosper and succeed. It means that the rota also will be losing, so much money if that happens. And that's why even they are desperate to paint Harry and Meghan as failures, because they don't want other members of the royal family to have ideas about leaving the royal fold. They want them there in the UK, performing for them, whining and dining with their abusers. That way, Carnival of so-called experts can also make their own money from covering the royal family. My family, if UK media don't want Rose to leave, here is what they should do. They should stop abusing Harry, stop abusing Meghan, and therefore they won't leave. But then you abuse them and then somehow expect them to stay. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. You abuse them and then think that somehow you can force them to stay in your toxic environment. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. My family, right now, I want to hear your opinion on what we have just discussed. God bless Harry, Meghan, Archie, and also Lily Diana and Doria Bragland. I want to hear your opinion, my family, on what we have just discussed. Meghan is a US citizen. Charles has no authority over her US passport. And there's no way that even Charles can force her to stay in a place whereby Meghan does not want to be in. I mean, Kate is missing, my family. Kate is missing. And these people want to somehow, force Meghan to also stay in a place whereby it's toxic to her peace and my family mental health. They will not destroy Meghan's peace. Never again. Not ever, ever again. I remember also when Meghan mentioned that the firm held onto her passport, they called Meghan a liar. And now basically their own words are confirming that everything that Meghan said was the truth. And Meghan not going back to the arms of her abusers, not begging to be accepted back. My family, Meghan, that's power. That's power. That's power. And clearly, already you can see the abusers are buckling. They just can't accept seeing her free. They can't accept that she's not groveling like they want her to. And now they're making threats. My family, that the smell of desperation from Meghan's abusers. Meghan, may you keep on thriving each and every single day of your life. And never ever go back to the arms of your abuser. The abuser is desperate. They want you and Harry back. They don't force you back. Even that case by Heritage is doomed to failure. You can't force Harry to stay in a place whereby he doesn't feel it is safe for his family. You can't force him to stay there. You cannot, and you will not be able to force him to stay there in a toxic environment. My family, I think I have said enough. I want to hear your opinion on what we discussed. God bless Harry, Meghan, Archie, and also Lily Diana and Doria Bragland. And may no open for this Harry, Meghan, Archie, and also Lily Diana F. Prosper. Stay tuned to the next video. Love us forever, and may God bless each and every single one of you, my family. And may Harry and Meghan keep thriving, and may Harry and Meghan keep on succeeding, and may they never ever be at the mercy of the abusers for anything, my family. Stay tuned to the next video. Love you all forever, and may God bless each and every single one of you. Hello, members of Zesco Family TV. First of all, I want to say thank you for all your support that you give us to our channel. We don't take it for granted that you support this channel, I want to say thank you from the bottom of our hearts for lending out your support and fighting against injustices, supporting Prince Harry and Meghan, showing them love. Love will always triumph over evil, and for that I say thank you. Good will always prevail over bad. Thank you so much for all your support. Thank you so much for joining this community, this amazing community of the Sesco Family TV. I love you so much, family, from the bottom of my heart, and I wish you all the best. May you have a great day, and I hope that you enjoyed this video and learned a lot of things. With that and so much more, stay tuned to our next video. Leave a comment below, like, and subscribe. Love you, family, always and forever. Sayonara.